We need women. The world needs women to be leaders. I had been taught by my family that anything I wanted to do, I just needed to think about it and just believe that I could do it. But always to do it with consideration of those around you in a way that you could be proud.
Where was your mind at when it first started?
This would have been 1995. I moved to Northern Ontario and I could see the challenges that women had. We needed a women's organization that was doing enterprise development. I had meetings at the local library because I wanted any woman to be able to come. I didn't want it to be a place that they wouldn't feel comfortable. So those little gatherings were, the first steps of bringing women together. If you work together with your peers and you have some money in your pocket, you can accomplish anything.
I don't know how I ever became an economic development because I never had any training. I just did it. We needed somebody to help us with our financials, and I learned everything from PARO. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today.
I had lost my job at Bell Canada, so I thought, well, I'll just strike out on my own. And I went into a coffee shop and I saw a little newspaper. They had an ad in there that said, we're going to be having this event. There is a place I can go and showcase my business and meet people because I had no peers.
And you were in a really male-dominated sector too, right? You paved the way as a woman in this area big time.
Ontario had already been funding us, but there was one pot of money that we really didn't get. It was women-centered funding, and I was like, how come we don't get women-centered funding? Well, she said to get women-centered funding, you have to be a women's center. So I came back and I bought a big corrugated sign, and it said PARO Center.
Yes, that's absolutely, you called the right place. Ottawa? Okay. How much approximately are you looking for? The full 50, or you just have to send a very quick email to loans@paro.ca. Easy peasy. Right? Isn't it great? We've got it all figured out. My name is Melissa Cook. I am the program manager here at PARO Center for Women's Enterprise. It's a really diverse organization. If you're into advocacy, or if you're into business development, which is the core of our organization, or if you're into communications, or you're into just helping people more broadly, it's a good place to do that, where you can do it in so many different ways that it keeps things fresh and exciting and awesome all the time. So our office in Toronto is at the First Canadian Place, right, which is very central, very downtown. That is where women in Toronto can go and meet with a business counselor, have access to any of the kind of resources that we have there. We also have offices in Ottawa.
We're working C2C, doing a self-made breakfast tour. We'll do them all across Canada, Calgary, Ottawa, etc., right till we get to Vancouver. At the same time, we're doing what we call PARO Connects tour, talking to the women in rural and remote areas. And the PARO Connects is capturing something that women have said that they needed forever. You said you want to do interprovincial trade. We've got women across Canada, and we're going to work with them through PARO Connects to build business alliances.
So the trade mission coming up in November, it is to Madrid first, Spain, and then we're going to move over to Paris. And we are going in partnership with RFAQ. A lot of these women will come back with partnerships between businesses that were in part of the delegation, right? Which is a really valuable piece of why we're doing it.
So by the time you got to 2005, we had a whole library and a boardroom and a training area. Our original room that we had became our gathering place for press conferences, mostly for all the money we were getting, because now we had Maria helping with the proposals.
I loved working with women and been so fortunate to be mentored over my 20 years. I'm going to get sentimental.
On the phone with me. She was a very young woman. And she said to me, I want to help women.
Yes.
Right? You got me at, I want to help women.
Yes.
I remember getting the van
That was a crazy thing. Oh, we're going to actually own a vehicle. Oh, and we have to pay money to put a logo on the side. Oh my gosh.
We didn't get just one vehicle. That's not our style. We had two.
Yes.
I would go out in the region on PARO on wheels. And we would literally go up and down the sidewalks in Kenora or Nipigon or Red Walk and go in and introduce yourselves and give them your business card and tell people what PARO is all about.
Yes.
And we also went out when it would be 40 below and the wheels were like...
The PARO on wheels and all those strategies came from our, I would say, unique structure in that we really do meet the women where they're at.
Now we have the benefit of technology. We did not at the beginning. I remember the room full of standalone PCs, and people would come in there to do their emails.
I was teaching courses for people that were just getting into computers and didn't know how to use them to apply for their loans. So every woman got a free website, and then I was able to show them how to use it.
We always try to be ahead of the game. We're always looking 5 years or 10 years ahead of where it's going to be.
So you joined in 2014.
Yes, we were on this precipice of greatness for our what ended up being the regional expansion and the national expansion and now the international work that we're doing. I was, 25 and spreading my wings and trying to figure out where my passion was. Like I said, I was full of fire and wanting to do good, and she saw that, right? And she recognized the potential in me. Anyway.
Now I'm crying.
Yeah. I can't do that whenever he starts crying.
She never stopped texting.
No, we
She still
kept in touch.
texts me first thing in the
What are
morning.
you wearing today? If I could go back and tell that 24-year-old me who's like, I have all this zhuzh in me that I need to get into the world. Well, here's where you need to be, right? This is exactly where you can do that.
I started my business in 2021. I didn't actually join PARO though until 2024, I guess, which I wish I would have started from the start because I really had no support, and that was a huge struggle for me. Not only financial support, but just support from other women that have, anyone that I can talk to and say, hey, I'm having a really hard day. This is why.
If we work together, we're stronger. And if you know you have their support, you have more courage. And I think that's why the system that I started in Thunder Bay in 1995 is still the same system we use now, C2C in Canada, because the elements are so basic and human. It's all about women helping women. It's about women being leaders in their own right and their willingness to work together.
It's a human formula.
Yes, it's a human formula.
PARO is on the verge of going international. The fact that we're having women from all walks of life, from all cultures, from all countries, coming in and finding PARO as that very relatable organization that meets you where you are, that understands the cultural nuances. PARO as an institution is really of great value to Canada. We're taking the learnings from PARO. We're taking the system, something that Ross thought about 30 years ago.
Well, it's easy to talk about PARO. When you ask me to introduce myself and who I am, it's really a different thing. It becomes more personal. It becomes, this is about me. But believe me, I could not do it without my family. The family that, I had before who taught me to be that way. The family that I have now that's growing and younger people coming in. And also my community of women within PARO. And that's what I've learned, that, boy, I can be really strong with that network. Some of us have had a lot of love and support, but not all of us have had that. And I learned that as I grew older. And that's what PARO brings. I still believe that PARO is needed even more today. The world will always have its challenges, and people will always need support networks. So all of these basic elements are going to be in PARO and will hopefully grow and grow and grow long after I'm gone. I'm Rosalind Lockyer. I'm founder and CEO of PARO Centre for Women's Enterprise Canada.